Good. Don't mind me, I'm just eating goldfish crackers because I'm addicted.
Yeah, I have that problem too. Goldfish crackers are delicious as long as you have more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then you run out.
And they taste like poison in the last few, and you're like, but I still want more.
Oh, my body desires salt.
Mm-hmm. More salt, please.
And then one day you're walking in the supermarket and you're like, oh, goldfish crackers.
And you're like, 2 for $5? How could I not?
Get 6 bags.
Yeah. 4 for $10 is a great deal.
It is.
8 for $20 is even better.
Mm-hmm.
16 for $40.
You're like, oh, I saved like $1. That means that if I buy like 12 of them or whatever, I get a bag for free.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be stupid not to take advantage of that.
I'd be stupid not to take advantage of that deal.
I think some of our viewers might have come to see something more competitive than vampires.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It happens.
Maybe
it's also
next
late
week,
and
guys.
we're eating and there was a break. You know, all this adds up.
Unprofessional.
9. Ooh.
5 plus something. Well, that's way more than 9. Bryn crushed that.
Yeah. Good job, Bryn.
So the trick to commentating on the Elves matches is like assume that they make mana unless they're. Do you know which one an Elvish Visionary is?
Yeah.
Okay, that one draws you a card. Other than that, they make mana.
Cool.
Do you know what Izuri looks like?
Yes.
Okay, when they play that, then the other guy's dead.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That gives all of those elves +2/+2 and trample or some shit like that?
5 mana, the overrun, +3/+3 and trample.
Nice.
And like 1 green to regenerate off, but that's rarely relevant. Now imagine Bryn's just gonna crush Patrick here. He's playing like the aggro deck, but better.
Mm-hmm.
Heritage Druid,
That's
that
tap
one.
3 untapped elves.
For 3 mana, yes. That makes your elves that don't tap for mana, tap for mana.
That's good. Here you go, Elvish Visionary, you got there.
Yep. Look, you being useful after coming into play.
Yeah. I just going to 19. He's telling Bryn that this is a vampire deck and they're blood crypts. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where else would vampires live? If
Exactly.
not in lavish
In the
mansions.
blood crypt.
Where's the blood crypt located? Yeah, Bloodstained Mire.
Yeah. I think I might have to side with vampires on this one. Like in just the general fight.
Oh yeah, like vampires are way cooler than elves.
Yeah, but elves have Legolas. And Glorfindel.
Yeah, but Bryn doesn't play any of those cool ones. He just plays
Can you
like...
imagine he just plays a Lord of the Rings card and we're just like, what? Air Falcon Wrath.
I've been slowly collecting cards from various games for our garbage game night. Yeah, Rakdos Charm could actually be a nice touch on Patrick's part. Close out the game. Yeah, I've been getting lots of random cards just from stuff at the store.
Mm-hmm.
Got some Force Will cards. Got some Cardfight Vanguard cards.
Oh, Force of Will, the card game, not
Yeah.
Force of Will magic cards. I'm like, you
Yeah.
just got those randomly at the store, huh?
Got some hockey cards, Pokemon cards. It's gonna be good times.
So he's flipping the Heir of the Night into Heir of the Falconwrath Heir to.
Heir of Falconwrath, the Heir to the Knight.
I
There
think
you
it
go.
burns for 3, but he also discarded the Asylum Visitor. We have a Falconwrath Gorger or whatever.
But
his
like,
fucking
not
name is.
really. He didn't really discard the Asylum Visitor. He played it.
Exactly.
Yes, Patrick, thank you. Those are vampires, and they drink blood from the blood crypt. Yep.
Yeah.
Good job. It's impressive. I'm surprised we can't see Patrick jerking himself off from in here.
Yeah. I'm glad we can't, otherwise.
Yeah, like, I'm pretty happy too, but still surprised. Spellskite. That's going to prevent Patrick from interacting with Brandon at all, probably.
Yeah.
Wish I knew more about Modern. I'm the type of player who bought 5k RAM cards to bear for deals. My friends and I just make RAM decks. I'm probably a good 10 years behind my MTG knowledge. Now's a good time to learn.
You and me both, man. I also am pretty, like, I know a lot about Modern just because I've been commentating on Modern for about, like 5 months now.
Yep. It's been a while. If you think Justin sounds like he knows a lot, you should go back and watch some of our earlier videos, because...
I was like, what does that guy do?
Yeah, no, it was just us singing here and you asking us questions.
Yeah. That's the best way to learn.
Yeah. No, it was good because if you're new to Modern, that's also a good thing to go, good time to go watch, because Justin asks a lot of the new player questions that we might assume that you already know the answer to.
Yeah.
So
It's coming in for a good chunk of damage. That's
Patrick has selected like the most expensive other black fetch land. No, I didn't get any Diglets at the store. Actually, I got my Pokemon cards from Megan.
so he's bolting the spell scout. Spell scout down.
Yeah. Bryn actually has a
Taking
very
7
slow
damage.
hand this game. He must have a lot of lands on this draw. Elves, it's not uncommon for the Elf deck to be able to power out like turn 3, 4 win. Bryn's a little bit tilted about that land draw.
Does that make those?
Yeah, kids are expensive. See, I can
No,
afford
man,
to
it's-
play Modern because I have 0 kids.
The casual way to as soon as you get kids, you're out of the.
It's not necessarily true. Like Corey at our store, he brings his kid regularly to play.
That's true. The first little bit.
Yeah. The trick is to make your child work, and they will produce money for you,
Yeah.
and then you can use that to play Magic. But you didn't hear that here.
Oh my
Thank you so much for
god!
It's a pick one. Oh, it's from like the animal stacking game.
Yeah.
Yes, really. He's got that vampire I can never remember the name of. The 2/2 that discards a card.
There's actually a really good thing is to play Magic. If you don't have to go to the store, MTGO is really good, and you can build really cheap, actually competitive EDH decks on MTGO.
Yep.
I built a deck for $10, and it's really good. And then like even like a fantastic deck you can get for like 20, because like land bases, you don't need fancy land bases as much in EDH. Right?
I know what you're talking about, Andrew. Yeah, like even nowadays I don't have duels in my EDH decks.
So Bryn is dead if he does not block here.
Yeah. This was a garbage hand for Bryn, but maybe vampires will take a second game. Who knows?
Yeah.
Another potential option for playing Magic, if you're not so interested in the competitive aspect, you could play duels. It's a little bit buggy from what I understand. There's a limited card pool, but it's good if you enjoy like the collecting aspect and like a little bit of the grind and stuff. It's also very good if you're just getting back into the game or newish because it's completely free.
He takes 4, he goes to 6, and also that if Jobin, if you do get MTGO, message us here because I always look for more people to play with. So
Justin's lonely and
I am. I like playing EDH, but
yeah.
playing against random people, they're too like hardcore.
Sometimes I take pity on you.
That's true. There was the one time when I was playing my Rakdos deck, and I had a turn 1 Soul Ring into my commander, and they both scooped. They're just like, "What happened to having fun?" And I'm like, "I just played my guy."
I just play Soaring with my guy.
Patrick loses 1 life and draws a card from his Asylum Visitor. Bryn has 2 Elvish Visionaries and an Elvish Mystic on the board, but there's just nothing happening on his side, and Bryn is just...
No, I don't know if you ever played like StarCraft or StarCraft Brood War online, but those people are the equivalent to the casual lobbies, people who are like no rush 10.
So he madness in that vampire, then discarded it all.
Bryn's
And
down.
Bryn's just down. Round for else. Bryn is not happy about this.
Like he drew. His hand was an Okina, Temple of the Grandfathers, a Forest, and a Nykthos.
What the hell is that 1 mana red guy? No, that 1 mana red guy.
The rare?
Yeah.
It's Falconroth Gorger.
Yeah, he's key, I think, in this. He gives all vampires madness equal to their converted mana cost.
Yeah, he's pretty solid. Patrick did say that he was missing a 4th one.
No, he's the guy. He's like the vampire that kind of like him and the Strongkirk Condemned together are really good.
Oh yeah, they synergize very nicely.
The Venom carries. How's it going?
Stromkirk Noble was a scary turn 1 play back in the day. I say back in the day, but it was only like when Innistrad was standard legal, which wasn't that long actually.
Was that 2011? 2010? 2012?
Somewhere in
2013?
there. I think it was 11.
13 was Theros.
Yeah, definitely
So
wasn't
Return to
them.
Ravnica was 12, 11 was Innistrad?
Yeah. Yeah, because New Phyrexia came out in 2011.
Mm-hmm. I really am enjoying already this two block thing.
Mm-hmm.
If we had to spend, like, if we were just getting into Shadows now, like, it'd be like,
The biggest problem I have with that is it would be a third Elves set, and then
Yeah.
it's just like, ugh. Actually, I think what I personally would have preferred would be like, and maybe not. I don't play standards, so I can't really commentate on that. But like in story wise, would be to have 3 set blocks, like we used to, and then have, instead of having the Gatewatch go around and do stuff in every set, have like a core set kind of in the summer still, where
you visited everything else.
where you got to catch up on what the other members of the Gatewatch are doing or whatever. Like, oh yeah, well, like, Nissa and Jace were fixing things, and Gideon were fixing things on his undercard, like Liliana was off fighting a demon or whatever.
Or Johnny was
And
smoking
Chandra-
a pipe with Gandalf.
Yeah. Or Chandra was off, like, on Kaladesh and gives a nice new little preview
Yeah.
of her block. She's like, oh, and she found her mom.
A corset? Chad, don't do this to us. Don't put us in this container.
Have you ever seen the card Ladies Night?
No.
It's an uncard, and it's like a 2/2 for 2 or some garbage. It gets +1/+1 first strike if you're wearing ladies' clothing.
Nice.
And then the flare text says, I said put him in a corset, not a corset.
Nice. Alright, let's see how this one goes for Bryn.
Hopefully he'll draw some elves instead of some forests,
Yep,
which a lot of the time are functionally the same, but forest can't block is good.
it's true.
Or attack is good. See, I think this is why Bryn really needs to play like Life and Limb.
I think he's going to go with this one. He has an Elvish Mystic and an Elvish Visionary. Patrick is going to be Mulligan.
The big question on Bryn's hand is how many lands does he have?
He has
really?
2. He has a Cavern of Souls and a Forest.
He's probably pretty comfortable with that then.
Yeah.
He's got a land where elves in there too, looks like.
Yes. Well, I know I saw an Elvish Mystic. Oh no, the Land Elves. That's the Land Elves.
Yep.
And he has an Elvish Visionary.
Visionary,
He has a Coco and.
looks like he has
Missouri.
3 lands, I think, actually. There's a cavern, an Okina, and a forest. But he's still pretty happy with that, I imagine, because of the Coco. And the Cord will give him stuff to spend mana on. That's a card from Champions of Kamigawa that cares about legendary creatures.
What?
It's like a forest, but different.
Are you telling me the cards in Kamigawa cared about legendary creatures?
Yes, actually.
Wow.
Did you know that Champions of Kamigawa block had, like, as many legendary creatures as all the sets since then till now?
That's amazing.
And it's still up by, like, 1 or 2.
That's amazing.
They're like, every rare card is legendary. Deal with it. Everyone's like, yeah, I'll like sacrifice my OC or my Kakusha or whatever if I play another one. Champions was a really good set. Betrayers was kind of cool. I like the ninjas a lot. They were fun.
Mm-hmm.
I like the demon sub-theme a lot too. And then Saviors was just like hot garbage. But Champions was a really good set.
He's taking 3 and going to Falcon Wrath Gorger. Patrick, it's 10:30 and 10:40 at night. Stop talking about blood. Just shuffle your deck and go.
Patrick, this is your 3rd match in a row. Like,
Is that a Dwennan's Elite?
yep. Is that not on the list?
This seems good for Bryn. This seems much more
I'm
like
pretty
he
sure it's
wants.
not Dwayne's Elite.
No.
That's probably another Elvish Visionary or something. Anyway, bring you asshole. Maybe it's an Elvish Archdruid. That one's got kind of a dark background.
Alright. He's taking 1 from cracking that blood-stained mire. This was a cooking channel in the good old, and back in the day we were cooking. Not so much anymore.
Patrick's still cooking.
Mm-hmm. Oh, jeez, just leaned on my control key.
Just like with blood.
Yep.
Did you guys do some kind of poutine stream?
We did once. How the heck do you think this was a cooking channel?
I know
Back
we
in
did
the day, we
once,
used to
but,
make
like-
poutine pizza and stuff like that. We made poutine pizza and poutine tacos. We called them poo tacos, and Phaedra hated it.
Like, that's not the most appetizing name.
Yep. Let's go number 2 with that Nettle Sentinel.
Like, you probably wouldn't feel entirely comfortable going to a restaurant and being like, yeah, I'll have the poo tacos.
Yeah. Let's go to, we're going to see a Coco, I imagine.
Yeah, that's like a really good card
Yeah.
if you've been playing constructed formats the past year.
I'm excited for it to rotate out of Standard because you see Standard the most in official Magic tournaments, right? In the broadcasting. I'm excited for less Coco. There's still going to be a lot of green, I imagine.
Yep.
I still need to get up to Canada and try real poutine. Our poutine is pretty good from what I hear. I'm not a big fan of poutine.
Go to Quebec. The people there are kind of jerks, but they make really good food.
Yeah, that's how it works. The more of an asshole you are, the better food you make.
Like fried waffle on a stick covered in chocolate.
That sounds good.
It was really good. We mean elves weren't very good. They had like you mean like way back? When you only had like Elvis Champion or whatever the garbage lord they had was? Not the awesome ones on slot block. On slot block.
So is creatures that vampires at +1/+1 in first strike right now?
Yes.
Nice.
So that Sound Visitor is a 4/2 with first strike, which can be really hard for Burn to take down in combat unless he somehow makes his guys like huge.
What is the activation on Azuri?
5. So 2/3.
If he has a land, he can activate it next turn. So he's taking...
What? No, you can do it this turn. The Elvish
Oh.
Archer attacks for 5.
Even better. So, because it's... so how much does he took there? He took... It doesn't really matter.
Play the Dwayne's League,
3,
make himself an elf.
7. He goes at 13, I think.
Make an Elvish Mystic. Like, Patrick's dead. Pretty sure. It's like 16, 17, 18. Yeah, Patrick's dead. Everyone's got like 20 plus points to trample this turn. Tap his shoot for 8.
He's attacking with everybody except for his summoning stick and his Archdruid.
Yep.
Archdruid is for every elf you control. All elf creatures get +1/+1.
It's pretty sure Titania attacked on a guy.
Mm-hmm.
Like a better guy, I guess. Because Priest of Titania is also a guy. Patrick, you're dead.
Yeah. Because you get through with... He gets through with 12 without any of their base stats already involved because all of his elves get +3/+3 and trample.
Yeah. Like they also have trample.
Yeah. So elves take it, and we're going to...
Patrick really needs to
Game
hit
3.
more disruption than he did that game.
Mm-hmm.
Andrew's right. Rakdos probably pretty good here. So it's like he'd say it. Like there's something to be said for Thoughtseize.
Mm-hmm.
Being able to like pull a collected company or something and bring knock it. Like the reason Brim won that game is because of collected company.
Yeah. But that's why collected company's there, right?
Yeah, but like Brim not being able to do that's pretty strong.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of the sideboard cards are kind of garbage in this matchup at least. Like Liliana's really good and Kaliel's command is really good and Fulminary Mage is pretty good and Calastria, Highborn, and Rakdos Charm, like, they're playable.
Yeah. Are there red vampires? There are red vampires.
Yes, Patrick is playing a myriad of them, actually.
Yep. You started seeing them more in Innistrad, right?
Yep.
Were there a few before, or was Innistrad really the first time for red vampires?
It is really the first time for red vampires because they wanted all the tribes to have kind of like two colors.
colors, yeah.
Spirits got blue-white,
Zombies
zombies got blue-black, vampires in red-black,
Werewolves red-green,
and like
humans green-white?
regular humans. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was boring.
Bryn's Mulligan, I think he had one or less. Is he playing Vampire Nocturnus? No.
He
I
is
don't
not.
think-
That's a little bit too high for his curve, I believe. is what he felt.
Is he playing it in his EDH deck?
Yeah, probably.
Good.
It's a really good vampire. It just costs 4.
Mm-hmm.
And like triple black and relies on like 9% of your black deck being black.
Yeah.
That's the real reason I guess he's not playing it is because he's got like how many not-black cards? 4 fire tempers, 2 axes, 2 bolts. It's like 8.
It's like 55, 45.
9.
Yeah, it's like 55. Like so, 45% is red.
45% is red. So that's like not what you want.
But vampires feel like such a green tribe. You know what, Cereal? You have a point there.
I don't get it. That top card looked like a fireball to me.
Yeah.
But I know it's not. See, what Patrick really needs is the hot legacy tech for Elves. Fire Covenant.
What does that do?
It costs 1 a black and a red, and it's an instant, and when you cast it, or additional cost, you pay X life, and then you get to deal X damage divided as you choose among a number of creatures.
Is there enough? I'm going to play a turtle themed deck.
Oh, let's find out.
Elves Mystic.
Subtype turtle. There are 9 turtles. So yes, you can have 36 cards. They're not all good. There's a Nightmare Turtle Beast.
So this Elves Mystic is going to die next turn, but it's already going to get a good chunk of value out.
That's unfortunate. Wouldn't recommend a turtle deck.
Oh, even fucking better. That's really good for Bryn.
2 of them are vanilla. 1 of them is like exiles a land you control when you play it. The other's from Prophecy. So that's pretty bad.
That Spellskite is very good for Bryn.
Spellskite's always good.
It protects his mystics, and he can just start pumping things out.
Mm-hmm. No, Spellskite, well, not necessarily. It's really nice for Bryn to have here, because now he doesn't have to care about what Patrick has. He just kind of gets to do his thing.
Yep.
Jam Elves, and like, I don't care if you have a Lightning Bolt, because like the Spellskite will take it.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, Patrick.
So he's discarding. We're going to see. That's a vampire we haven't seen yet tonight, but it's a 1 of.
Yep.
Stormcloak Occultist Trample. Whenever deals combat damage to a player, exile the top card of your library until end turn you may play that card. It's a madness for 1 and a red. Sprint's going down to 16. He's going down to, sorry. He's going down to 15.
As well as cards that Wizards print. So like, oh look, it's red 3-drop, and it kinda does card advantage.
Mm-hmm. Got a Sentinel. Archdruid. What's the last card in his hand? Is that an Azuri?
I think so.
It's an Azuri. Oh, gonna get hot and bothered.
That's what the phone's on.
Patrick 1 from his Bloodstained Mire.
You found the blood crypt with it.
Mm-hmm.
It's infectious.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm pretty good at ignoring his whims, but
Yeah.
I have a mono blue DH deck.
Called Deep Sea deck.
Deck that's killed someone with beats by Manta Ray. I have a Leviathan deck on my EDH because I just on MTGO because all I do is build shitty theme decks. Are you having hot flashes? Professional album? I am. I'm pregnant. With possibilities. And a
No.
baby.
I'm not sure. You get hot flashes from pregnancy.
I do. My doctor says it's normal.
Okay.
I'm like, doctor, I have hot flashes. Hot flashes. He's like,
Is your doctor
that's
Patrick?
because you're pregnant with a baby. And I'm like, Doc, this is the most magical and important moment of my life. And then I leave the alleyway, and I go to Walmart and get some McDonald's. Because that's what my baby wants. My baby's craving a McFlurry.
Not even to like a McDonald's, but to a Walmart with McDonald's. Right? Classy, Justin. So who's the father or like mother or whatever?
I don't know. That's the thing. I haven't had sex in 4 years.
Oh.
So
That's kind of
I
awkward.
think it's like a little baby Jesus. Yeah. I'm afraid to try playing this game. Board games are expensive enough. It's true.
This is way more expensive than board games.
It's true. Unless you buy like every board game every month.
Yep.
It's coming in.
My kiss. That doesn't surprise me.
So that Stromkirk Occultist is a 3/2.
Yep.
So I think Bryn just plans on winning next turn? Can he do that? How much is Azuri?
1. Assuming that is Azuri, yes. But, so you can play it, tap it for like 1, 2, 3, 4, and on the 5 you can get 1 over. No, I don't think you can quite kill him next turn if it's Azuri. So he taps the 1 to play it. Archdruid taps for 5, 6, 7, so he gets like a 1 overrun. And that's like 5, 10, 16. Patrick's got like more than 1 point of toughness on board, so.
Mm-hmm.
That Razor Verge ticket was not a good draw for Bryn.
Is it a possibility that he will want to keep stuff back and then use the regeneration clause to basically just then protect all of his dudes, like just block and only take stuff in the air?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then
It's gonna be a close one.
mm-hmm.
Like even Patrick's bolts are only worth 2 points. 3, 4, 5, 6, 11, 12. Patrick can come in with 20 points this turn.
Mm. So he has 5 attackers. Bryn has 6 blockers.
Mm-hmm. Can't block the Heirs of the Knights though. And the Indulgent Aristocrat takes 2. It's got Menace.
Mm-hmm. So we can discard the Fiery Temper. Pointing at Bryn's face, directed at the spell scope. He'll go down to 7. But then he'll still take 4. Just move it. No, he doesn't fly. The Mutavault.
So we're gonna take 4 here, which like isn't ideal. But he's not dead. So that's pretty okay. He will get to kill that instantly. No, Patrick's gonna get to kill the Archdruid, which is very good for. No, he's gonna regenerate
Yeah,
everything.
he's
Yep.
gonna regenerate everything. Yeah.
I imagine Patrick didn't think too hard about it, or at least he realized he was just dead.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, oh, maybe Bryn will mess up.
That's always. Do they see? Yeah. Yeah. Tap it to give. So. Who generates it?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Thrash around. That's a pretty good haul.
It's pretty small. So, in doing that, regenerating it, the unit's not gonna die.
Mm-hmm.
They'll just bounce off the spell scout.
So he generates. He regenerates everyone.
Five. Then like 3. Then like 2, 5.
So Bryn just Azuri's 2.
Use Caesarius and kills him.
Yeah.
5.
Yeah.
9.
Yeah, the
13.
spell scout is really what.
Yep. Patrick might have been able. He could have at least forced Bryn to pay some life to save his Archdruid that turn.
Mm-hmm.
If he could just let damage happen and assign damage to the Archdruid.
Did he have Charm in hand?
I don't think